Hey guys, my name is Michael. Welcome to the Google VEO3 course. It's great to have you here, and I'm super excited to be your teacher. Before we get into the course, I just want to do a quick rundown of the future of AI. And a lot of you probably already know this. A lot of you know that AI has been around for maybe 5, 6 years in the public eye. Things like ChatGPT and Claude and Midjourney and Google VEO3 literally just came out. But you know, I want to be completely honest with you right from the start. What you're about to learn isn't just another tech skill that you can add to your resume. It's not really even about making money or having fun. We're living through the biggest transformation in human history, and most people have absolutely no idea what's coming. AI, according to some very, very smart people, is going to be 1,000 times bigger than the internet. I don't know if you were around when the internet was first invented, but it was the people, it was the first adopters that made billions. The ones who were willing to accept that the internet was the future were the ones that got ahead. So, right now, as we speak, Goldman Sachs is predicting that AI will replace 500 million full time jobs. But here's the kicker: 41% of business leaders around the world have already made plans to replace their employees with AI within the next 5 years. And I personally think it's going to be a lot sooner. It's not someday in the distant future, it's within a few years. Here's what's fascinating. While everyone else is panicking about being replaced, you're here learning how to be the one doing the replacing. And you already know this, guys. If you're watching this course, you already know how this world works. When it comes to business, it's eat or be eaten, it's hunt or be hunted. And if you're here, you know that you're the hunter. Let me paint you a picture of what's happening in the video industry right now. Just 2 years ago, if you wanted to create a professional video, you needed expensive cameras, lighting equipment, a crew, actors, editors. We're talking tens of thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands of dollars, and weeks of work. Today, with AI video generation, especially Google VEO3, you can create that same content in minutes for practically nothing. And just so you know, and if you don't know this, I want you to really, really let this hit home. Hollywood and film movies in the cinema as we know it are going to disappear completely. The numbers are absolutely staggering. The AI video market was worth less than $1 billion in 2023, but by 2030, that's just 7 years from now, it's projected to hit over $42 billion. That's not growth. That's an explosion. The market is literally doubling every 2 or 3 years, and it's exponential. It's going to get so, so much bigger. What does this mean for you? While industries are crumbling around us, you're positioning yourself in the fastest growing sector of the economy. I mean, just look at when ChatGPT came out. When ChatGPT came out, millions of people lost their jobs, copywriters and script writers and artists and ASMR and YouTube creators and vloggers and bloggers, you name it. So many people were panicking while smart people were doing their research and working with the AI. So think about this. Doctors who spent decades training are now being outperformed by AI that can detect diseases more accurately than humans. Wall Street traders who made millions are losing to algorithms that can process market data in milliseconds. But video creation, that's where human creativity meets AI capability. And that's the intersection where fortunes are being made. Companies right now are extremely desperate. They know, they know that they need video content. It absolutely dominates social media and it drives marketing. It's how people consume information. YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world, worth billions of dollars, possibly $1 trillion. But they can't afford traditional production costs and they can't wait weeks for results. They need people who can deliver professional quality videos quickly and affordably. And that's exactly what you're learning to do. Possibly working for another company, possibly becoming an entrepreneur, possibly working for yourself and creating a multi-million, maybe billion-dollar business. Who knows? The sky is the limit. And you're going to hear me say that word over and over in this course because I am excited and I'm super optimistic about what the future holds. And I believe that you should too. Here's the thing that keeps me up at night, though. It keeps me up at night with excitement. 99% of the workforce has no idea how to do what you're about to learn, while 30% of workers worldwide are terrified that AI might replace them in the next 3 years. You're becoming the person who controls the AI, and you probably have friends or family members or just people on the street who say, yeah, AI took my job or AI is going to take our job. Who cares? You know who they are. You know that those type of people are going to complain. They're going to always be scared, but you're going to learn and you're going to integrate and you're going to work with the AI and get ahead of the game. So this is like learning computers in 1985 or web design in the 90s, except this transformation is happening 100 times faster. The people who master these tools right now, and that's you, won't just survive the AI revolution, you'll lead it. You'll become a leader in the revolution. You'll be ahead of the pack. You'll be 1,000 steps ahead of the crowd. So pay attention to every single thing we cover in this course. If there's something that you don't understand, you can send me a message, you can Google it, but make sure you're understanding 100% of what you learn. Practice relentlessly because what you're learning here isn't just a skill, it's your ticket to thriving in a world that's changing faster than most people can even comprehend. Guys, the future isn't coming, it's already here. AI is moving in an exponential speed, exponentially faster than anything that you can ever imagine. And you're about to become part of building it. You ready? Let's get into the course. If you're watching this video, you are one of the early adopters when it comes to Google Veo 3. It's kind of like saying you are one of the first people who started using the internet while everyone else was using primitive technology. It's exciting. There's massive amounts of chance to get creative and make tons of money with this. And I think you are in a very important position right now. You are in a position of being an early adopter. You have the first advantage move, which means that 99% of the world does not know what Google Veo 3 is. It means that you can start making money. It means that you can start creating content and building a business empire around this sort of technology. So Google Veo 3 has been around for a little while, and a couple of people have caught on, but this is a technology that's going to revolutionize the way that the entire world works. The movie industry, the selling product industry, faceless YouTube videos. There's so many different use cases for Google Veo 3. And we're going to check out some of the cool videos that creators have made over the past couple weeks to month. And we're also going to be checking out the different ways that you can make money with this. I know a lot of people show you cool types of videos that people make, but I want to also include various ways of making money with this because let's be honest, you don't get Google Veo 3. You're not on the internet for fun. I mean, some of us are, but the majority of us, and if you're watching this video, means that you probably want to use this technology to start making money. So let's check out some of the videos that these creative people have made so far.
Yeah, I'll have a pumpkin spice ladder.
Do you mean pumpkin spice latte?
Can I just get a water?
Oh no, the spaceship was flying fine. I changed the oil 3 light years back, but for some reason the check engine light came on and I crashed on this planet.
There's a human on this planet whose only job is to say, "Welcome to Walmart."
Welcome to Walmart.
I just caught some overweight lady stealing tampons.
Stop! Stop! Stop right there!
the face, the facial movements, the expressions, the way the mouth works, the way the body moves, natural movements. You probably would think this is real. It's not. It's completely AI. And this is all made from a single text prompt, either a text prompt or a picture to video prompt. Another type of video that you've probably seen on the internet that is absolutely exploding right now is the ASMR niche. And I know a lot of us wanted to be an ASMR influencer or whatever you call it. I know I did, but I was too shy to put myself on camera. So this is for all my introverts out there. If you're an introvert, if you don't want to put your face on camera, if you don't want to buy expensive camera equipment and mess with lighting and software and editing and who has time for that? Nobody has time for that. This is 2025. Everything is fast. Everything is now. I want it now in less than 6 seconds. And this is how you get it. If you go on YouTube and search VEO3 SMR, there are videos that are starting to pop up. And if you are an early adopter, which you probably are, you can start making money in this specific niche right now. So let's take a look at some of these videos. You've probably seen these videos around for years and years. And like I said, I know a lot of us want to start our own ASMR channel because ASMR is still very young when it comes to any niche on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, whatever social media platform you use. It's still very young and there's still a lot of room to grow. So if you don't want to put yourself on camera, you can absolutely start with this right now. And these ASMR Google Veo3 videos are just starting to surface. So if you have, if you want to start doing this right now, I highly encourage you to do so. Learn about this, open a YouTube channel, open a TikTok channel, whatever you have to do, but just start making these videos. They don't have to be perfect. Far from it. If you're a new creator, just start putting these videos out there. Start with the first video and then get a little bit better the next video. And then the next video get 1% better. The next video 5% better, so on and so forth. So by the time that the Google Veo3 technology hits the mainstream public, you will already be ahead of the game. You will already have an established YouTube channel, established TikTok channel, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want to do. You need to start this right now. In the next section, we're going to cover the use cases for this, how we can get the most out of this technology, and first and foremost, how we can make the most amount of money. And I know there's a lot of people talking about this, how to use it for fun, how to use it to impress your friends, how to use it to play pranks. But in this course, we're going to focus on how to use it to make money. Of course, we're going to talk about the fun aspect of it as well, because if it's not fun, it's not really worth it. But let's have fun with it at the same time making money. You ready? Let's get into it. This chart right here is probably the most important chart that you will see this year. And let me explain why. There's a theory, and it was developed by Everett Rogers. It's called the diffusion of innovation. Well, what exactly does this mean? The diffusion of innovation is a concept, and it's one of the most powerful ways to understand how new technology spreads. So whenever a breakthrough technology comes out, it doesn't instantly reach everyone. It goes through very distinct phases. 5 distinct phases to be exact. So the first phase, you have the innovators. The innovators are the people who develop the software, open the company, adopt new and fresh ideas, ideas that the public once thought were absolutely insane. Think the Wright brothers when it comes to flying. Think the man who invented the iPhone, Steve Jobs. Think of all these innovators that created wonderful and fantastical new ideas for this world that changed the world as we know it. So whenever a new technology like Google Veo comes out, Google Veo2, Veo3, Sora, Kling AI, whatever the case may be, whenever there's a new technology like this, it goes through 5 distinct phases. The first phase, you have the innovators. Now, these are the bold pioneers, the people who dared to question the status quo and say, you know what? I'm going to put an iPod, a book, a camera, a microphone in the same square technological box, and I'm going to call it an iPhone. The iPhone completely changed the world. That's a pioneer. That's an innovator. The people who invented Google VEO are innovators. That's the first phase. The second phase is where you come in. You are the early adopter. Since Google VEO2 and VEO3 and these AI video technology is extremely new, this is where you're at right now. You are the handful of people who know about this technology and want to learn and want to start making money. The early adopter. You are a visionary. You see the potential early and often influence others to jump in. This right here, guys, this is where the money is made. This is where companies and empires are built in this stage. This is where you are. This is where you are in the same way this is where the people were when the internet first came out. The people who adopted Windows 95. I don't know if you remember, but I remember when the internet first came out, people were going crazy. They were like, nobody is going to send electronic mail. What is email? That sounds like a very dumb idea. Nobody's going to want to send electronic mail through a computer. Everybody's going to want to stick to regular postman mail where you write a letter by hand and you send it to the postman, or you send it through UPS or FedEx or DHL. Nobody's going to want to send email. That is a stupid idea. Those people are eating their words. Email is literally the biggest method of communication in the world. And the people who adopted the internet early, those are the ones that got rich. Those are the ones who are millionaires and billionaires. So the next phase after this is the early majority. Now, the early majority are the people who are more cautious, but they'll adopt once they see it working. So this phase of people, this percentage of people in the world are the ones who are a little bit skeptical. They're a little bit scared. They don't have the vision and they don't have the hope and the dreams of the early adopters, which is you. The next one, it's the late majority. And these are people who are extremely scared to take risks, investments, who are very skeptical, not only about new technology, but the world at large. The late majority are absolutely a skeptical type of people, and they always wait until something becomes the norm. They always stand in line and they always look at other people and make sure that other people are benefiting from a technology. They make sure other people are happy with the technology, and then they jump in. The last stage is the laggards. Now, this is the last group to adopt, and they often resist change as long as possible. A lot of these people in this group are older people, people who are used to an old school style of life, or just people who are hard-headed, or just they resent technology, or they resent new ideas, and they resent pioneers because they probably want to be one themselves. So the diffusion of innovation is extremely important when it comes to things like Google VEO2 and VEO3, because this is you guys. Get excited because there is so much opportunity right now to make money. You are an early adopter. You're an early adopter. You're not here, you're not here, and you're not here. This is where you are. You learned about this technology first. You have a first mover advantage, which means that if you take advantage of this technology, you can make massive amounts of money. You can build an empire before people even know that this technology exists. Okay, so you could use Google VEO3 for various things. You can use it for fun, to impress your neighbors, to impress your wife, to impress your boss, whatever you want to do. And that's all well and good. But I think the majority of us are here to learn how to make money with Google VEO3. Because remember, we are the early adopters. We are like the people who are just starting to find out about the internet and know that there's massive amounts of money to be made off this brand new technology. So let's go down a list of some ideas that you can use with Google VEO2, VEO3, and also other video AI generators that are going to be released in the near future. So let's get into it. The first one on the list, and by far my favorite because I run several monetized faceless YouTube channels, This is a good one for VEO3 because Faceless YouTube channels have been absolutely killing it on YouTube for the past 2 or 3 years. And the reason why they are succeeding so much is because I think more and more people don't want to show their faces on the internet. There's the security factor, or there's the factor that they don't want to go out and buy expensive camera equipment or mess with lighting and cables and editing software and things like that. So making faceless videos is extremely easy and it's extremely lucrative. And right now with Google VEO2 and VEO3, it's even easier to do this. So one of my favorites is a top 10 list, and we can use the top 10 list with a YouTube channel for things like top 10 haunted places, top 10 fastest jets, top 10 most popular vacation spots in Europe, so on and so forth. And you can use these faceless channels. You can monetize them through ad revenue. Their videos are great for consistent traffic and can easily be accessed and scaled across different topics and different niches. And if you don't really know that much about faceless videos, I have a complete faceless course that teaches you how to make passive income, but that's for another day. Let's continue with the list. Under the faceless YouTube channels, we have stock market explainer videos. So you can produce daily market analysis videos explaining the stock market or financial trends. Use Google VEO3 to break down complex concepts with clear visuals, making it accessible for a wider audience. Because I think the majority of the world, they don't know anything about the stock market. They don't know what a bullish or a bearish market is. They don't know about pips in the foreign exchange market. So you can use this. You can grab a simple script from ChatGPT and use Google VEO3 to make stock market explainer videos. And this is in the finance niche, which is the niche on YouTube that pays the most amount of money. Next one under faceless YouTube channel is true crime stories. You could recreate chilling true crime stories like they do on Netflix and use compelling visuals and dramatic storytelling. And Google VEO3 will help you visualize crime scenes or key events without the need for expensive production. I mean, you can even create your own documentary or docuseries around true crime stories. Sleep meditation videos are another great one on YouTube as far as faceless videos are concerned, because meditation videos and sleep videos have been around for many, many years on the internet, not only on YouTube, but across all social media platforms. And these videos are great if you want to make passive income because they're easy to make and people love them. And meditation and sleep videos get millions of views. Kid educational content. Yeah, you can make cartoons, you can make animations, you can produce animated learning videos, which are popular for not only kids, but also adults. You can do mathematics, history, or even language. And Google VEO3 will bring educational concepts to life, making them more fun and more engaging and making learning just easier for people, for adults, for kids, for whoever wants to learn. It makes it more fun and more engaging for all different audiences. Next idea on the list for Google VEO3 money-making ideas is TikTok shop product videos. So you've probably been on there and seen tons of kitchen gadget demos where people and influencers get on the platform and they make live videos about, knives and cutters and mixers and cutting boards and things like this, and just weird and fantastical kitchen gadget demos. You can probably actually create your own AI influencer to work for you. You don't have to hire a production team. You don't have to hire models. You don't have to hire salespeople. As a matter of fact, there was a very, very funny, ironic, and surprising video that came out of China where it showed this Chinese company selling products from an AI influencer, and the sales actually went through the roof. Like their sales increased exponentially when they did so with an AI influencer. So that's just another idea to think of. So kitchen gadget demos, you can do fashion, home decor showcases, tech product reviews, and this is another one that makes a lot of money. The tech and finance industry. beauty product demonstrations, makeup, skincare, hair care, you name it. The sky is the limit with this sort of thing. And yeah, there are influencers on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram who do this very thing, but they're not doing the whole AI influencer thing, which is brand new to the scene. So since you are an early adopter, you should definitely hop into this if this is your cup of tea. Next one on the list is dropshipping video ads. And dropshipping has been around for many years. The reason why it's lasted so long, it's because it's very lucrative. And if you do a simple YouTube search, you'll see thousands, possibly millions of views, millions of videos with millions and millions of views. And the reason is because people want to know how to dropship, because dropshipping makes a lot of people a lot of money. When it comes to dropshipping, you can incorporate Google Veo3 into problem solution videos or lifestyle integration. And you can create videos where your product is integrated into everyday life, as an example, showing its practical use. And this strategy will help customers imagine how the product fits into their own routine. And remember, we're not creatures of habit. We're not creatures of logic. We're creatures of emotion. And when we see products that we use every day integrated into our own life, that's when sales happen. Next on the list is before and after transformation. We can do weight loss. We can do skincare. We can do organization. Use your imagination. But again, the sky is the limit with this. Unboxing experiences, these types of videos seem to go viral very fast. I'm not sure why. There's something about people unboxing something new that just is fascinating and interesting. So you can use Google Veo3 for this. Customer testimonial reaction. You can do visual testimonials. If your customers don't want to leave a video testimonial, you can always ask them if it's fine
I got 3
to
outfits in one
recreate
order.
their text or their
Wow,
email
this
into
material
a
is so soft.
visual
I
testimonial.
can't wait.
All right, let's talk about service-based businesses. Real estate virtual tours. I don't know if you guys have ever been in the real estate business or have friends that are in the real estate business, but these virtual tours cost a lot of money. There are dedicated companies that do this, and that's all they do is do real estate virtual tours. And they go to the house and they set up their equipment. And it costs hundreds, possibly thousands of dollars to do this. You can beat the competition. You can offer your real estate virtual tour with Google Veo3 for literally pennies on the dollar. Now, I'm not saying give away your service, but you can charge $500 a pop, $1,000 a pop. Stay ahead of the competition. Be smart about it. Because you are an early adopter, you have this technological advantage. Also, restaurant menu videos and millions of restaurants in the world. If you drop an email blast to 100,000 restaurants, guarantee at least 100 are going to want to work with you. That's thousands of dollars instantly, but you have to be smart about it. Again, there's massive opportunity when it comes to this. Restaurant menu videos, there's fitness training content. This alone right here can make an absolute killing. There's business explainer videos. You can work for companies. You can sell your services to different companies and partner with companies that are not exactly technologically advanced because they're focused on sales or they're focused on marketing and they're not paying attention to the latest, greatest trends like you are. But now that you have Google Veo3 in your back pocket, you can absolutely partner with companies and make business explainer videos. And companies are always looking for people to make these types of videos, and they think they have to hire a whole production crew. But you, by yourself, are that whole production crew. As long as you have AI video, you are a production crew, and you can make business explainer videos. Event planning previews, this is another big one. The wedding and party industries are absolutely huge. Hundreds of thousands, millions of people get married every month, every year. You do the math. Massive opportunity in this. Now, freelance video creation. This ties in with the other areas. Social media content. You can do Instagram reels for businesses. You can be a social media manager. Product launch videos, new product announcements, training videos for employees and companies. You can do marketing campaigns, brand awareness videos. And how many businesses are there in the United States and the world? millions and millions of businesses. And one of the most important thing for businesses is not only customer service, it's marketing. Because if you have the best business in the world, people are not going to find out about your business unless you market, unless you put out ads, unless you put out billboards and flyers and videos and things like that. Unless your product is so good that it just spreads through word of mouth, chances are you need some sort of marketing campaign. So you can do Facebook ads, you can do Google ads, you can do TikTok ads, Instagram reels. The sky's the limit with this. And you're going to hear me say the sky is the limit because the sky really is the limit with this. Marketing campaigns, boom. That right there, $1 million idea. Event promotion, concerts, seminars, workshop teasers. Use your imagination. You can design teasers for upcoming events like concerts, workshops, seminars, and use Google Veo3 to make it easy to create attention-grabbing promotional videos and build anticipation. Educational content sales is another big one. Online course creation. You're probably watching this course right now on some sort of website, whether it's my private website or whether it's an affiliate website. You're watching this, which means you probably paid for this course, which means that you can do this too. You can create an online course and you can have somebody else pay you for your service, for your information, and for your knowledge. So there's online course creation platforms like Udemy, Skillshare, there's Teachable, there's Thinkific, there's private websites. But online course creation is definitely another big one that you can use AI video for. There's language learning videos, there's applications like Duolingo, there's Preply, there's Cambly, there's so many companies that you can work for and you can partner with in order to make language learning videos. You can also offer your services on websites like Fiverr and Upwork. There are skill tutorial videos, there are certification prep, there's kids learning apps, educational content is huge. It's a huge business. All right, let's hop on over to affiliate marketing videos. And this is another big one. This is where a lot of money is made already. Already on Amazon, already on ClickBank, already on YouTube. Affiliate marketing is absolutely huge. And with technology like Google Veo3 and other advanced AI video editors, this can make you even more money. So let's go down the list. There are Amazon product reviews, and Amazon is a billion, if not trillion-dollar company. And Amazon pays its creators and its vendors billions and billions of dollars per year. Wouldn't it be great if you can get a small piece of that? Amazon product reviews. You can create product detail reviews with Amazon products. You can use Google Veo3, which helps generate high quality review visuals, highlighting key features and benefits, which can drive affiliate sales. There's software demonstrations, SaaS tools, which is selling software as a service. There's travel gear reviews for backpacks, cameras, accessory. There's health supplement content. The health supplement business is multi-billion-dollar business a year for fitness and wellness products. There's investment platform reviews such as crypto or trading apps, and with AI technology like Google Veo3, you can create compelling, easy to follow visual explanations of how to use these platforms, which can lead to affiliate commissions. And again, guys, these are just basic examples. You can branch this out into literally hundreds of thousands and possibly millions of different ideas. Number 8 on the list, stock content creation. This one is a huge one. And the reason is because stock content that comes from websites like Pexels and Pixabay and stockfootage.com and Envato Elements, these make its creators billions of dollars a year. I mean, there's people making a full-time living just creating stock content. It doesn't matter if you're in the video game industry or the medical industry or the food supplement industry or the agriculture industry. Stock content creation is always valuable and it will always be in demand. So you can create videos for stock video libraries, like produce and sell stock videos on platforms like Shutterstock or Adobe Stock, and Google allows you to create professional quality clips that can be licensed for use in a variety of projects. There's background videos, so Zoom backgrounds or website headers, social media templates like story backgrounds or post backgrounds. There's motion graphics, animated logos. or possibly transitions. And Google and different AI video technologies can help you create dynamic and professional looking graphics for use in videos or presentations. And these can be sold to any company, any private investor, literally anyone who needs this for their company. Motion graphics are always in demand. And of course, there is seasonal content, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, you name it. Moving on to number 9, brand partnership content. There's sponsored content creation. So videos for brand social media. And I do this a lot. I do a lot of content, sponsored content on my YouTube channel. And it usually takes me 2 or 3 days to make a single 8-minute video. Now, this technology is going to allow me to cut down my video creation time by at least 95%. So I can work with much more creators and much more brands in order to fill their needs, in order to make more money. You can do this as well. Sponsored content creation is a huge one. Next one on the list, product placement videos, subtle brand integration. You can do brand story videos, partner with a company, company history and values, influencer collaboration. You can create content for influencers who don't know how to use this technology yet, who are not ahead of the curve like you are. You can partner with popular influencers and charge a premium. Campaign video series is a good one. You can do multi-part brand campaigns. Last but not least on the list is subscription-based content. So, daily quote videos. You've seen these, I've seen them. Our grandmother sees them every day. Daily quote videos, motivational content subscription. We can use this with our YouTube faceless videos. We can create a school subscription. We can create courses around this. We can do news summary videos where we create an AI newscaster or influencer with daily, weekly news roundups. We can do market analysis, daily trading insights, recipe videos, meditation series. It goes on and on and on. And again, this is a basic list of what you can do with Google VEO3 and technology that has to do with AI video creation. And the reason we're going through this list is because I want you guys to get excited. I want you guys to know that there is massive opportunity with this. Like, since you are an early adopter, since you know about this technology, you have the opportunity to get into every single one of these, or pick one of your favorite ones and get into it. Dive headfirst. Get excited because there's so much opportunity. There's so much money to be made, and you are early in the game. So I've included this list with this course, and I want you to go through these, pick one, pick two, but have fun with it and make money and use your imagination. Because remember, more important than logic, more important than knowledge, more important than everything else is imagination, because that's how the world was built. The iPhone was built through imagination. The airplane was built through imagination. Bridges and yachts and tunnels and cars and computers and everything that you see in front of you in the external world was built through imagination. So go through this list. You have Google VEO3 in your back pocket. You have it as your best friend. Go through this list. Pick one or two things and start your business today. You ready? Let's get into it. Alrighty, first things first. Let's go to labs.google/fx. Now this brings us to the main page. And before we sign in the upper right-hand corner, we're going to go through exactly what this page contains. So the first option here is Whisk, and we're not going to be talking about this that much in this course. We're going to be talking about Flow, where Google VEO works inside of. But just so you know, Whisk is a visual-first image creation tool. You feed it 3 images, a subject, a scene, and a style, and it uses Google Gemini to auto-generate captions, then Imagen 3 to remix those into new, unique visuals. So it supports turning stills into short animations via Whisk Animate, which is powered by Google VEO2. But again, we're going to touch on this a little bit in the course, but we're not going to deep dive into it. The next one, we're skipping over Flow, is Image FX. And this is something that you're going to be using a lot inside of Google VEO3. And essentially what Image FX is, it's a text-to-image maker. So it's kind of like Midjourney. It's kind of like Leonardo.ai. I think it's a lot more powerful. And we're going to be using this a lot because we're going to be generating images in here to turn into video. So just as an example, we're going to type in realistic strawberry. And there's a bunch of options down here that we're going to learn about later. Bunch of options, preset options that you can choose from, like 35 millimeter film, minimal, sketchy, abstract, handmade, so on and so forth. Beautiful. Realistic strawberry. Clean, simple, plain. This is what we need. And we can take this picture, we can download it and put it into Flow to make it into an animated video. So that's what Image FX is. Music FX is kind of like Suno, or it's kind of like ilovesong.ai. It basically turns your ideas into music. You can make instrumentals, you can make music that has lyrics in it. You can switch up any style that you want. And these music makers nowadays are extremely advanced. Say goodbye to copyright. Like there's no more copyright. If you have a YouTube channel or if you have a Facebook or a TikTok or an Instagram, you probably know the problems when creators get hit with copyright. It's a huge, huge mess. I remember one of my YouTube videos a year back was making multiple thousands of dollars per month. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it got hit with the copyright and I stopped earning money because that money went directly to whoever's celebrity face that I put in the video. So having this along Image FX, along with Flow, and along with Whisk, this is an invaluable tool. And we'll touch on this just a little bit in the course, and that comes a bit later. But let's get into it. What we're going to be focusing on is Flow. Now, Flow is a section that has the Google Veo2 and the Google Veo3 image to video generator and text to video generator. And that's what we're going to be working on. So for now, let's sign in the corner here. We're going to click on sign in and we'll cover what we need to do in the next section. Okay, so we're going to sign into Google. We're going to use our Gmail address to sign into Google. And this is the part that a lot of people don't like, but let me explain what's going on here. This technology is completely new. Google Veo2 and Veo3 are somewhat new. They are a couple months old. And whenever new technology comes out, like cell phones, for example, it's always very expensive. And I guess being expensive is relative. So Google Veo3 per month, it's free for the first month. So let's go through it. We're going to click on subscribe up here. It's going to tell us that we must be a Google AI subscriber to generate. Feel free to look around in the meantime. Perfect. We're going to click on subscribe. So here are the plans. It should come up $20 a month. The first month is $0, so you can try it out. So basically what you're going to do, you can do this option. You can go for the $0 a month just to try it out at first and then pay $20 per month. Or you can go to the plans. Let's check out the plans first, and then we're going to talk about the free plan after this. For now, here are the plans. You have the Google AI Pro, which is $20 a month, and this comes with 1,000 monthly AI credits. And each video generation is 20 credits. Or you have the $124 a month, which comes with 12,500 credits, and each video is 20 credits. And listen, if you have a business, if you're using Google Veo3 for your business or making money, I highly recommend this. You don't need it if you're not producing that many videos, but if you are, this is totally worth it. And, this is what I tell my students. I say, this is going to be like this maybe for the first couple of months, and this price is going to go down. So you can wait a little bit, or you can pay this per month. What I recommend that you do at first, if you want to, is do this plan, the Google AI Pro. So for the first month, it's $0. And once you run out of 1,000 credits, you're going to have to top up your credits. And then after the $0 a month, you pay $20 a month for 1,000 credits. But there's a way to get more credits, and I will show you how to do it for a little bit cheaper. What we're going to do is we're going to go with Google AI Pro. We're going to enter in our credit card information. And Google is not going to charge us. They're going to make sure that we have enough money on our card. They might take out 50 cents or $1 from our card, but just make sure you have at least that much on the card so that Google knows that you are some sort of paying customer. So once we've signed up, I'll meet you inside of Flow. So before we hop into the Flow Google Video Generator, let's briefly talk about the credit system. So you've learned that you can get a full month free worth of video generations or 1,000 credits before Google actually charges you. My recommendation is this. Use your 1,000 credits. Use the first month to try out Google VEO3. Learn about prompts and get used to the video generation system before you actually pay. Once you run out of the 1,000 credits, my recommendation is to top up your credits for $25 a month, $50 a month, or $200 a month. And again, guys, this is going to get cheaper. This technology is brand new, which means that it's expensive. It's only available to people who want to try it out and pay. But when you run out of your 1,000 credits, top up this way. Do not wait for Google to charge your card again because you're going to get less credits. As soon as you run out, come to this section, choose one of these, and you're off to the races. All right, let's get into it. I'll see you inside. Okay, starting off, I'm going to show you some of the videos that I created personally with Flow. And I've been working with this for about a month, and I've created thousands of videos. But let me just show you really quick what I've created here. And these videos are for one of my YouTube channels, which I teach people how to make faceless videos. And faceless videos are evolving so much. And with Google VEO3, this is just one of the use cases that you can use this system for. So faceless videos before were kind of hard in the fact that you had to animate your own characters and use, Runway ML and use these different programs. But with Google VEO3 now, you can absolutely do this with no coding and with one text prompt. So let me show you what I've got so far.
Faceless YouTube videos are taking over the world. You don't need to put yourself on camera anymore to be successful on YouTube.
Faceless YouTube videos are taking over the world. You don't need to put yourself on camera anymore to be a successful YouTube creator.
You Earth YouTubers always said, smash that like button. Super annoying. Now with Google VEO3, stay completely anonymous while preserving your dignity. You need to get on this AI faceless YouTube before everybody and their grandmother does. Make your own AI character for faceless YouTube. Go to Midjourney, choose inspiration, use free tools like Leonardo.ai.
After you've chosen your character, head on over to Google VEO3 to make us move. Don't worry, it's free for the first month. I run several successful faceless YouTube channels, and if you want my help for free, just reply with the word YouTube in the comment section, and I will personally respond to you with great detail.
So each of these pictures have a couple of different steps in them. Each of these talking videos were made with a couple of different steps. I made a lot of these images with the Google FX image maker. So remember we talked about this, the image FX in Google Labs. A lot of these images were made with a single text prompt. And then I downloaded these images and brought them over to Flow and added something like woman voice, dialogue. Faceless YouTube videos are taking over the world. You don't need to put yourself on camera anymore to be successful on YouTube. And then I added the prompt natural movements. And we'll get into prompt mastering a little bit later. So basically, Google VEO2 and VEO3 are extremely smart. You don't need to explain word for word and in extreme detail in order to get realistic movements and realistic voice and just a realistic video altogether. It kind of knows what to do and what you want. But if you want to get more specific, you can always prompt it more. And you can always go to ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude or Grok and ask them to make you prompts for videos. So again, these pictures I got from either Midjourney or ImageFX in Google. And you can always take inspiration from websites like Leonardo.ai or Midjourney or Civet.ai. Use those photos, but make sure you have permission. Bring them into Google VEO3, write a simple text prompt, and make them come to life. And again, guys, this can be used for so many different things. It doesn't matter your business. It doesn't matter if you're in health or real estate or animation or if you're a plumber. It doesn't matter. The sky's the limit with this. You can make commercials and ads and faceless YouTube videos and AI avatars and use your imagination. There's so much money to be made with this. And since the world, the majority of the world at least, doesn't know that this technology exists, you can shock and awe and stay ahead of the competition with Google VEO. So again, just take this as inspiration and get excited for what this holds. Like the kind of things that you can do with this technology is unlimited. And this one is another picture that I got. I went into Midjourney. I spoke with the creator and he gave me permission to use this as an example. And all I typed in was a simple text prompt. And check out how Google VEO3 was able to make this come to life and look realistic.
I run several successful faceless YouTube channels, and if you want my help for free, just reply with the word YouTube in the comment section, and I will personally respond to you with great detail.
That was from a picture. That was from a single picture that was prompted and made by Midjourney. Guys, this is Hollywood level cinematography. This is Hollywood level animation. Something like this 20 years ago, just this animation itself would cost $20,000. Right now, this is at your fingertips. Like you can make this literally in 1 minute from a single text prompt or a single picture prompt. And, you know, when we go through the course, we're going to talk about these three options: ingredients to video, frames to video, and text to video. And ingredients to video is only available on the larger subscription plan. So I know the majority of my students want this, frames to video and text to video. So these are the two main ones we're going to talk about. Here are a couple more ideas that you can use with Google VEO3. And there's a lot of videos going around of street interviews, and it can be of an alien, it can be of an animal, it can be of a person, but these are extremely lifelike. And this all came from a single prompt. And let me show you what I got here.
Hey man, I've got a black question. A what? How do all of you stay 25 until you're suddenly 70?
Moisturizer and minding our damn business.
They must be on TikTok, which realistically should be a dating app for women in their 30s.
Another example of using VEO3 for business is if you have some sort of business where people give you testimonials, but they're uncomfortable with giving you a video testimonial. And if you ask for their permission, you can actually translate their text into a video testimonial. And you can use Google VEO2 and VEO3 to do exactly that. So all of these videos that I'm about to show you came from a single text prompt. Check it out.
My old photo started to move, and it brought tears to my eyes. I just sat there staring, like, how is this even possible? That photo is from the 50s.
It was just an old, faded photo, and now it's like a scene from a movie. I can't believe it came to life.
When I gave my mom the video of her favorite photo, she told me it was the best gift she's ever gotten in her life.
So if you're a marketer like I am, you know that testimonials are extremely important. Testimonials can mean the difference between somebody buying your product and somebody completely passing over it. And if you add testimonials, especially video testimonials, which are super interactive and engaging, to your sales page, to your social media, to wherever you have or want to add it, these can absolutely increase sales. And here are a couple more examples of what you can do and what's possible with Google VEO.
The days of YouTube creators saying smash that like button are over. You don't have to show your face anymore on camera to be a successful YouTube creator.
The days of YouTube creators saying smash that like button are over. You don't have to show your face anymore on camera to be a successful YouTube creator.
The days of YouTube creators saying smash that like button are over. You don't have to show your face anymore on camera to be a successful YouTube creator.
To be successful on YouTube, you don't need to scream into the camera like a caffeinated squirrel while saying smash that like button. Faceless YouTube videos are the future.
Why does this machine have trust issues?
Very, very cool. So along with this course is a full and complete PDF of use cases that you can use for Google VEO. And, if you want to make money with this, you can absolutely incorporate this in your business. And the sky's the limit when it comes to what you can do with this tool. Use your imagination. Anything that you can think of when it comes to this, you literally have Hollywood style movie production and video production at your fingertips. And comparatively speaking, with the price of Google VEO 3 compared to what you can do with it, it's not expensive at all. And if you run a business, you probably know that this type of technology can be extremely helpful. And you can be a movie director. You can be a Hollywood director. You can direct your own movie. Talk about advertising and marketing and all of that, all of those things that used to cost thousands and thousands of dollars. You can now do it for extremely cheap and in less than an afternoon. The possibilities are endless. And I'm super excited about this. I'm excited for the future. Google VEO 2 and VEO 3 are new technologies, and I can only imagine what these are going to be like in a couple of months, in a couple of years. The technology is going to get so crazy. It's going to be such a wild ride, and I want you guys to prepare. I want you guys to learn now. Learn how to prompt this correctly. Learn how to speak with AI because, I'm sure AI is going to take a lot of jobs. When ChatGPT came out, ChatGPT took so many jobs, script writers and copywriters and ad writers and marketers and people who crafted professional emails and tutors and teachers, you name it. So many people lost their jobs. And with this technology, yes, I know that it sucks. I know that some of you out there probably have jobs and are probably scared that AI is going to take your job. And what I recommend is this. Instead of being scared, I want you to be prepared. Prepare right now. Start being on the bleeding edge, on the cutting edge of this technology. Be ahead of the curve. Know how to prompt this technology. Know how to work with it. Know how YouTube automation works. Know how Google VEO 3 automation works. Learn how Midjourney works. Learn how to create AI images and AI videos, and be ahead of the competition, because this is what it's all about. If you're watching this video, chances are you are brand new to this and you are right ahead of the innovators. You are at the bleeding edge of this technology. And the faster that you learn this, I think the faster that you can make money, and the more that you can compete with not only everyday life, but your competitors in business. Okay, I want to start a challenge with you guys. One that can be the difference between your business making no money and your business making $20,000 or $30,000 per month. And here's what I want to show you. So a lot of new people, as soon as they get VEO 3 or any video generator, they go to the prompt box and they write something simple like, make me a red car driving on the highway, which would be a mistake. And let me explain exactly why. So Google VEO 2 and VEO 3 are not free. So every time you make a video, you are using your credits. You're using 20 credits. And just so you know, going up to settings, you want to go up to settings, change outputs to number 1, because if you put number 2, if your prompt is not good, you're going to waste 40 credits because you have 2 outputs per prompt. So you're going to go up here, you're going to change it to 1. When you start learning about Google VEO a little bit more, you can come down and change these numbers. But if you're just starting out and you're a beginner, come up and choose number 1 because you're just learning how to prompt. You're going to choose number 1. You're going to come to Model VEO 3 and choose VEO 3 Fast Beta Audio. You can choose VEO 2 Fast, which is a little bit less sophisticated. It's a little bit less enhanced than VEO 3. You can also choose these, and we'll go over these a little bit later. So let's start up with VEO 3 Fast Beta Audio. This one uses 20 credits. VEO 2 Fast uses 10 credits. VEO 3 Quality uses 100 credits. VEO 2 Quality also uses 100 credits. So in order to not waste our credits, we're going to come up here to VEO 3 Fast Beta Audio, And we're going to start with that. And we're going to talk about the audio section of this later. We're going to talk about the difference between VEO3 and VEO2, and also the quality of VEO3 and VEO2 when it comes to using way more credits. But for now, let's use VEO3 Fast Beta Audio. We're going to click on that. We're going to come over here to the left. We're going to start with text to video. So I want you to think about the type of business that you're in. Like, what are you? Do you have a bakery? Are you a YouTube automation expert? Are you in drop shipping? Are you in the gym business? Are you a lawyer? It doesn't matter. VEO can be used for any single business that you can think of. If you're trying to make an ad or you're trying to make a video of some sort in order to make money or promote your business, I want you to know this. The more detailed that you get when it comes to this prompt right here, the more that VEO can understand you and give you a better video. The biggest mistake that beginners make is they come in here and they think that a single simple prompt like this will give them a good video. And yes, sometimes this might be the case, but the majority of the time you need to tell Google VEO3 how to make your video, and you need to tell it about the lighting and the movements of the camera and how you want the video to turn out as far as, camera quality, 50 millimeter, 35 millimeter. We're going to go on to this a little bit later, and I'm going to include a complete prompting guide and template for prompts included in this course and a complete PDF. But for now, I want you to know this. If you give it a simple prompt, you're going to get a simple video. So let's see what Google VEO3 gives us when we give it this simple prompt. Make me a red car driving on the highway. Okay, that's not bad. It gave us kind of like a Grand Theft Auto style racing. It has red Ferrari here. It looks super, super realistic. Let's take a look at that again. The motion in the background is very smooth. The road passing by, it looks super, super realistic. There's no driver in the driver's seat, which is kind of weird, but that's okay because this is not perfect. Let's take a look at the other one. Very, very cool. Realistic. It's not exactly hyper realistic, but it's cool. From a single prompt, this is good. And if you wanted to use that, you can go ahead and use that. But now let's take this simple prompt and let's turn it into something more complicated. Now we're going to remove this simple prompt and we're going to add something like this. Cinematic tracking shot of a sleek red Ferrari 488 racing through winding mountain roads at golden hour. Dramatic shadows, professional automotive photography style, 4K resolution. And I want to change this to 8K resolution. Let's see what this gives us. Remember, we're always going to want to come up here and make sure our inputs are put to 1. Model, VEO3 Fast Beta Audio, because if you have it on VEO3 quality, it's going to charge you 100 credits, and you don't want that. You're probably just learning about this system right now, so you always want to change it to VEO3 Fast at first. Let's see what it gives us. Generate. Perfect. You see that video? Now, mind you, it's going to mess up sometimes because the technology is not perfect. I'd say 5 to 10% of the time it messes up, and you can always adjust the prompt. But check this out. If we start the video right here, check out how perfect this is. And you can always make this look more hyper-realistic by adding the term hyper-realistic or photorealistic. Here we go. That looks pretty realistic to me. So let's do another example. So if we enter something simple like this, someone cooking food. Again, this is very vague. And if you just want a general shot of somebody cooking food to use as B-roll in your advertisement or your marketing or your videos, that's completely fine. But it's always best to go as specific as possible. So let's see what VEO3 gives us when we enter the simple prompt of someone cooking food. So here we go with the second video. We gave it the prompt, someone cooking food. And here's what Google VEO3 gave us. It gave us some sort of generic kitchen with a woman. It basically fed us what it thinks we want to see. And it randomized our prompt. So here is what it gave us. Which this is fine, but check out what she's holding in her hands. Look. And sometimes it messes up. Watch her knife right here. Boom. You see that? She goes from having no knife in her hand to having a knife. And this is one of the reasons why you should always make your prompts a little bit more advanced. It's because Google VEO3 just runs wild with it. And watch how her knife immediately turns into a salad spoon. Here we go. Right there, she has a knife in her right hand. And then, bam, it turns into a spoon, which is a little weird. I mean, this video can be used, but it doesn't look very professional. It looks like it was made in a minute. I mean, it was it was made in a minute, but it looks like it was made by somebody who doesn't know how to prompt the video engine. So let's go a little bit more difficult and a little bit more advanced with this kind of prompt. So instead of entering the prompt, somebody cooking in the kitchen, here's what we're going to put. Close-up macro shot of professional chef's hands delicately plating seared scallops with microgreens on white porcelain. Warm kitchen lighting, it's always important to include lighting, shallow depth of field, and culinary artistry style ultra high definition. And listen, guys, most of you, including myself, we don't know how to say these terms. We don't know what these terms mean. Warm kitchen lighting. We don't know how to light a kitchen like a professional Hollywood studio. The majority of us don't even know what shallow depth of field means. And I'm going to show you how to create these prompts without actually knowing what they mean. You don't have to write all of these by hand. You don't have to come up with these with your own imagination. I'm going to show you how to use these prompts and come up with them in a split second with other AI tools. So let's go ahead and put this into Google VEO3 and see what it gives us. That right there is super perfect. And I want you guys to notice something. Let's go over this really quick. This is the power of knowing how to prompt Google VEO correctly. You get a professional video like this. And let's say you're a restaurant owner or kitchen manager. You know the difference that a video like this can make when it comes to bringing business into your restaurant. Like this can be the difference between $0 and $100,000. Look at this. Look at the scallops. Look how juicy. Look at the detail in the fingers. Look at the juice coming off the scallops, the detail on top of the scallops, how they're perfectly seared. Look at the fingernails. Look at the skin. Look at the light bouncing off of the skin. Look at the shadows. Check out the shadow with the tweezers. It's absolutely flawless. Here's the money shot. Here we go. Microgreens for the win. Boom. Check that out. Guys, super perfect. This can be applied to restaurants. This can be applied to your gym business. This can be applied to your veterinarian business. If you're working online selling courses, if you are an AI program creator, a course creator, an influence, An influencer, it doesn't, I get so excited speaking, I mess up my words. It doesn't matter what you're doing with this. This can be the difference between $10 a month, $10,000 a month, between $10,000 a month, $100,000 a month, guys. And the technology is here. A video like this 10 years ago would cost so much money. You would have to hire somebody with a professional 50mm Canon and a photographer who knows how to use it, and editing software and video software and color grading and microphones and this and that. And you'd end up spending $4,000 to $5,000 on an hour-long video. With this video literally costs us around 25 to 30 cents. Professional. Let's watch it again. Plating the scallop. Perfect. Microgreens on top. Bam. And I know a lot of you are wondering, well, this is a 8-second long video. Can we make it longer? Yes, we can absolutely extend this video as long as we want. We can make this video an hour long. It's only going to cost you credits, but we can make it as long as possible. And I'm going to show you how to extend this video a little bit later in the course. So let's do another example. All right, we're going with show a new phone. Simple, vague. Let's see what it comes up with. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. For a single prompt, that's not bad. Now, let's make it more of a professional prompt and more of an advanced prompt, if you will. Now we're going to add dynamic 360-degree rotating shot of a sleek titanium smartphone against a gradient black background. Subtle LED accent lighting, premium product photography style, perfect reflections, 4K macro detail. All right, let's get into it. All right, let's check out what we got with our advanced phone prompt. That's definitely a lot better. It's a lot more clearer. The audio was a little off. There was no audio because we didn't add any songs or music or sound effects, but we can always add this inside of our prompt. So you can take this prompt and you can turn it into anything that you want. You can put anything on the screen. You can put any design on the phone. You can make the phone spin. You can make it turn. You can make it melt. You can literally do anything you want with this. Let's do one more example, and then we're going to hop inside of the classroom and learn how to prompt correctly. Okay, so a simple prompt that we're going to enter is a steak on a plate. And I'm using food example here, guys, but you can use literally anything, any type of example or any type of prompt that has to do with your business. But this is just an example for restaurants. Here we go. Vague prompt, simple prompt. Let's see what VEO3 gives us. So here is the steak, just a plain steak. And let's press play. That's not bad at all. Just a plain steak with some rosemary on top. Now, let's give it a better prompt. Cinematic 4K overhead shot of a perfectly grilled ribeye steak with beautiful char marks and pink center. Truffle mashed potatoes, pan-seared scallops, microgreens, black ceramic plate. We're doing dramatic, moody lighting with single spotlight creating deep shadows. Steam rising from the hot food, rustic wooden table. Food photography, 60 frames per second. The more details, the better. All right, let's see what it gives us. Okay, so this technology is available to the general public now. As long as you can pay for credits on Google Veo 2 and Veo 3, you are able to use this. But not everyone is going to make great videos because the people who know how to speak the language of the algorithm and of the video generator are the ones who are going to get ahead. It's kind of like, okay, you can put anyone in the driver's seat of a race car, but it doesn't mean they're going to win the race. If you don't know how to drive the car, you're not going to win. You might come in last place. Any moron can start a car and drive a car. But if you don't know how to drive the car good, you're not going to succeed. You're not going to get to your destination. You're not going to win. You're not going to get ahead of the pack. So in this section, we're going to learn language of directors. And when I say learn language of directors and cinematic language, I'm talking about language that we need in order to communicate with ChatGPT and Claude, and also prompting VEO3. Because the more cinematic language that you learn, the better your videos would be. The better your videos are, the more money that you can make, the more that you can get ahead of the competition. So, having said that, when it comes to making videos on Google or any video generator for that matter, even if you're talking to ChatGPT, just having a conversation and creating scripts or creating whatever you want it to create for you, the better that you know how to speak to the AI, the better results you will get. So I want you to learn to speak like a director when it comes to Google VEO. Speak like a director, create like a pro, and learn how to talk film like an industry professional in order to get the greatest videos possible. And in this section, we're going to master camera movement, lighting, genre vocab, and pro level terms. This is perfect for filmmakers, content creators, storytellers, marketers, entrepreneurs, businesses, you name it. It's good for so many different things. So the first thing we're going to cover is camera movement terminology. And whenever you're prompting Claude or ChatGPT, you always want to at least include one of these. And these camera movements, and we're going to learn about this here in a little bit, are for the most part included in the Google VEO3 video generator. And there's options to click on buttons and automatically generate this camera movement. But if you want to create the best possible videos, you have to know what these movements mean. So let's start at number 1, static shot. Normal shot, no movement. It lets action unfold naturally. There's no camera movement, there's no panning, there's no zooms, there's no ups, no downs. It's just a normal, regular shot. Now, pan could be a horizontal sweep, left or right. A tilt is a vertical sweep up or down. Dolly is where the camera moves towards or away with a very smooth motion. A truck is when the camera moves side to side, parallel to the subject. A crane, or otherwise known as a jib, is the vertical motion from high to low or vice versa. And we're going to cover that here also in a bit. Handheld is most UGC, which is user-generated content that you see nowadays, which it's shaky, it's immersive, it's raw, and it's real. And you can use these videos for UGE or selling products on TikTok Shop or selling products in your local business or online, whatever the case may be. Steadicam it's smooth, yet it's mobile, and it follows action without the shake of the handheld cam. Push in and push out are emphasis or emotion or context. And we've all seen those videos where the background zooms in and the person zooms out, and it gives us that cool effect that makes it very, very realistic. All right. Next one we're going to cover is lighting and mood descriptors. So lighting is very important when it comes to video, especially with Google VEO3, because the more mood descriptors and lighting cues and keys that you give VEO3, the better your video will become. First one is high key, which is bright, low contrast. It's good for happy sitcoms, commercials. If you're making videos about food and things like that, high key is your go-to lighting descriptor. Low key is opposite. It's dark, it's high contrast, it's mystery, tension, drama. If you're in a dark room, or if you're having, if you're talking about a thriller or some type of horror prompt, you would use dark, which is low key. Hard light is sharp shadows, intense, also for thrillers or noir. Soft light is gentle shadows, flattering, romance, beauty shots, rom-coms, things like that. Backlighting, silhouette effect, dramatic, or mysterious. Backlighting is one of my favorites. Motivated lighting is light that appears to come from a source within the scene, from overhead, a spotlight, so on and so forth. Practical lighting is real light sources visible, like lamps or candles. Color temperature can be warm orange-red, which is the softer hues of light, cool blue-green, which comes from fluorescent, and these set the emotional tone of the video. Lighting ratio is the balance between key and fill light, and it affects the drama level. You see this a lot in cinematic Hollywood movies, soap operas, and dramas, and things like that. On to the next section is genre-specific vocabulary. So, film noir, and most of us have seen these filters on TikTok or in CapCut or Instagram, where it allows us to make our videos and our pictures more realistic or more dramatic. That's where film noir comes into place. It's femme fatale, internal monologue, etc. There's the horror genre specific, suspense, dread, jump scare, final girl, etc. Rom-com, meet cute, slow burn, chemistry, happy ending. Sci-fi is dystopia, world building, tech exposition. Set piece, one shot, hero shot, beat sequence all have to do with action. Drama is arc, subtext, emotional shakes. Documentary, variety, B-roll, voiceover, and archival footage. So I highly encourage you to play around with this, because these are extremely fun to just throw in the VEO3 generator and just have a party with this. Film noir is another one of my favorites. All right, talking about terminology. So again, this is going to be used the majority of the time in Claude or ChatGPT. So blocking is planning actor and camera movement in a scene. Coverage, shooting from multiple angles for editing flexibility. Depth of field. This is another big one that you're going to use, and Claude is going to incorporate this inside of your prompts. Depth of field is what's in focus. Is it shallow? Is it blurry background? Do you have a horror movie? Are you doing some sort of music video where this can come into play? Establishing shot is location intro, sets the scene context. Over the shoulder is common in dialogue. If you're having two people talking, or if you're having somebody possibly sitting at a computer. Over the shoulder, or OTS, is a perfect terminology to use. This one, sound and story, world versus soundtrack. I'm not exactly sure what these are. I have never used them before, but I encourage you to play around with them. Continuity, visual consistency across shots, which sometimes Google VEO3 will change up consistency when it comes to different shots. So if you give it this prompt and you specify visual consistency or continuous camera shot, it's going to keep it the same as opposed to jump cuts or jumping in between different types of movements and scenes. Montage would be condensed action through editing. Montage is another one of my favorites. This is a very, very cool one to use in any video editor or a video generator. Rack focus is the shift focus between subjects in one shot. Story beat is key dramatic moments. And guys, you don't have to memorize each one of these. Yes, you can take notes, but I encourage you to take a couple from each list. Let's say you come up to camera movement technology, and these here are already incorporated in Google VEO3, and they already have built-in buttons. So these, yes, it's cool to learn, but these are already built in. Coming down to lighting and mood descriptors, the ones that I would highly recommend that you use are high key, low key, hard light, backlighting, and practical lighting. Those are the ones that I use the most. But of course, you can play around with all of these and use the ones that make your videos the highest quality possible. Coming down to genre-specific vocabulary, these are just good to know. Filters make your videos more realistic, more hyper-realistic and photorealistic, so on and so forth. Sci-fi, drama, documentary, just words to keep in the back of your film director vocabulary book when you're prompting chat, Claude, or prompting VEO 2 or 3. Then there's always terminology. You don't need to memorize these. Just know a couple of these words. Use a couple of them in your specific industry. Blocking coverage, over the shoulder, good for dialogue. Then there's montage, rack focus, etc. So the idea here is to speak like a director. The ones who are going to win in this game, in this technology that's extremely new, are the ones who know how to talk to VEO3 or any video generator for that matter. The ones who know how to prompt AI, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok, VEO3, Sora, you name it. The ones who know how to speak the language of these AI systems are the people who are going to win. Not only in business, but AI is going to be incorporated in life in general, guys. And, you know, I'm sure you know this, but AI technology moves extremely fast and exponential. The word exponential wouldn't even do AI justice. Like, the word exponential is reserved for things like, I don't know, compounding interest or escape velocity or whatever the case may be, things like that, instances in the laws of physics. But the word exponential, when it comes to AI, I don't think does it justice. So AI is at its current advancement right now, this year, but next year, AI is going to be 100 times more advanced. And then after that, the exponential curve is going straight up to the moon. It's going to be 1,000 times more advanced, and then 1,000,000, and then 1,000,000,000. And it's going so fast, guys. And if you know how to communicate with AI, if you know how to speak like a director, not only when talking to video generation engines, but talking to AI in general, the people who know how to talk to AI are the people who are going to get ahead in this world and in business. So every term you use tells others how seriously you take your craft. Learn the why behind the words, behind this terminology. Don't just memorize it, and also play around with it and have fun with it, first and foremost. Use this language when pitching, directing, or creating content, specifically when pitching or directly ChatGPT and Claude. So again, these words are good to know. This terminology is good to know. You don't have to memorize it. But if you're getting very involved in AI and in video directing and in video creation, then yes, definitely learn all of these words by heart. But for now, just keep them in the back of your mind and use them. Have fun with it, because the most important thing is to have fun. Because if you're making money and not having fun doing it, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yes, you're making money, but I think, in my opinion, that you should have fun with everything you do, especially when it comes to business. So knowing that, and I hope you guys enjoyed this section. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. Alrighty, I want to give you some more examples of prompts not to use and prompts to use. So let's start with this. Let's start with the restaurant. If you're making a video about a restaurant, or if you have a business about a restaurant or a food stand or a food truck or whatever the case may be, if you're making a promo video or a marketing video, yes, you can use this one. If you want to give VO3 creative control, but this is kind of vague. If you just want B-roll of people eating at a restaurant, yes, you can use this. But a better prompt would be something like this. Cinematic shot of upscale Italian restaurant with warm golden lighting. Again, describing lighting is very important. Couples in elegant attire sharing lasagna and wine. Soft laughter, conversation, marble tables, and flickering candles. 4K quality. I would recommend upgrading this to 8K quality. Again, you can take this prompt and you can change it up. If you want this to be in a Japanese restaurant, change this to Japanese, change this to cool, bright lighting, change casual attire, change this to sushi, change this to hysterical laughter. Whatever you want, you can always change it up. And again, I do not recommend you writing these all by yourself. I recommend using ChatGPT or Claude or even Google Gemini to write these. Let's do another one, gym and fitness. The incorrect one, or the vague prompt, would be make a video of a gym with equipment. Yes, again, this would be good for generic, vague B-roll. But if you want to get a little bit deeper, if you want to get a little bit more sophisticated and advanced, you would say dynamic montage of modern fitness center at golden hour. Athletic people in premium workout gear using state-of-the-art equipment, motivational energy, sleek black and chrome machines, sweat glistening under dramatic LED lighting. So if you have this prompt, if you want to use this prompt, if you want to create some sort of gym video, you would go into ChatGPT and you would say, listen, I need you to create me whatever you want to create. I need you to make me a prompt, a text to video prompt that describes a modern fitness center. And, you describe the environment, you describe the lighting, you describe the energy, and you describe the physical attributes of the machines and also the people inside of the gym. So this is a good start. You can always make your prompts super long to go into a lot of detail, but we'll get into that a little bit later. A third example would be a hair salon. Create a salon with someone getting a haircut. Okay, well, what does that mean? That can mean somebody getting a fade. It can mean somebody, a woman in the barber seat getting her hair highlighted. What does that mean exactly? It's going to spit out videos that it thinks is the best fit for you. A better example would be luxury hair salon with minimalist white decor, skilled stylists with precision tools, creating a trendy bob, which, by the way, who has that type of haircut anymore? Cut on brunette client, natural window lighting, mirrors reflecting the transformation, relaxing spa music, ambience. Much, much better. And you can always make this better. You can always take this prompt that ChatGPT gives you and say, I need you to elaborate on this. I need you to make the decor colorful and styled. And I need you to make each stylist in the salon different. I want a woman and I want a man and I want a kid and I want this and that. You can always add and make your prompts a little bit more advanced. Auto repair shop. Let's say this is your business, or let's say you're making some sort of marketing video or commercial for an auto repair shop. And by the way, you can absolutely do this. You can absolutely approach auto repair shops and show them a demo and blow their minds because, people who create videos for auto repair shops, they charge thousands of dollars. Imagine walking into your local auto repair shop and being like, listen, I can create you a professional video with professional lighting, professional camera equipment, audio, the whole nine, and I'm going to make it for you for $500, and it'll only take you an afternoon to make. So a simple prompt would be show a mechanic working on a car. Okay, that's fine. It's a little bit vague, but it might do the job. An even better one would be professional automotive shop, Mercedes, for example, with experienced mechanic in clean uniform, diagnosing luxury BMW engine, organized tools, bright overhead lighting, close-up shots of precise technical work, customer watching with confidence. Listen, can you imagine if you approach an auto repair shop and be like, listen, I can create you a video. And they were like, yes, we're going to work with you. When you create them their video, their video brings in massive amounts of sales. They're going to refer you to other auto body shops. They're going to refer you to other auto repair shops and their friends and their family and everybody in their personal circle who has a business. They're going to refer you. And you might know this, you might not, but the best marketing in the world is not Facebook ads. It's not YouTube ads. It's not email marketing. No, none of that. Email marketing is great, I admit. But the best advertising in the world is word of mouth. Because if a father tells his son, and the son tells his girlfriend, and the girlfriend tells her mother, there's already trust built there. There's already trust. So chances are, when your business idea spreads through word of mouth, you're going to get a lot more sales and you're going to make a lot more money. Google VEO3 can definitely be the starting base of your business. Another one, medical practice. Number 1, make a doctor talking to a patient. Okay, it's okay. A little bit vague, just like all these other ones. But let's iron it out just a little bit more. Modern medical office with friendly physician in white coat explaining treatment options to middle-aged patient. Calming blue color scheme, medical charts visible, reassuring consultation atmosphere, professional camera angles. Google is going to take this prompt and have a field day with it. It's going to give you a party in your computer or your phone, wherever you're creating these videos on. But it's crazy. It's crazy good and interesting and fascinating how much a video can change just by changing a couple of words in the prompt, just by giving Google a little bit more detail. So yes, again, guys, you can absolutely use these one-liners, and I encourage you to experiment on your own. Mind you, this is going to cost you credits, so make sure you have enough credits before you start experimenting. You can absolutely use these one-liners and they can work. If you're looking for something vague, if you're looking for generic B-roll content for a YouTube video or a marketing promotional video or whatever the case may be, create a salon with somebody getting a haircut can absolutely work. But this is way more better. This is better. I don't think that even makes sense. Way more better. This is way better. This advanced prompt right here. Auto repair, show a mechanic working on a car. Okay, yes, that can work, but this is better. Make a doctor talking to a patient. Again, yes, that can absolutely work and that can suffice. But this one right here is a medical practice 2.0. This one right here is going to blow your customers out of the water. It's going to blow their minds. So instead of making a simple prompt like this, instead of using this to prompt Google VEO, let's try and use these types of prompts. And in the next section, I'm going to show you how to create these types of prompts with AI, large language models like ChatGPT and Claude. So let's get into it. Okay, so we now know how to make videos from text. How do we extend the videos from here? We have this video that we made of the Lamborghini driving through the city with the background being cyberpunk, going 100 miles an hour. There's a couple clouds in the sky. There's sunset. So let's say we really, really like this video and we want it to be longer than 8 seconds. Let's say we want to double this video's length. We want to make it 20 seconds, 30 seconds, maybe a minute for a Facebook ad or a commercial on TV. We can do that. And there's a couple of ways to do that. The first way is to come to the video, come up to the place where it says add scene. We're going to click on it. It's going to take us to the scene builder. And what this allows us to do, it allows us to continuously add video clips onto the one that we made. So there's 2 ways to do this. Let me show you what the first way is. The first way is adding another scene onto the end of this, but it's not going to add sound. And the reason is because when we extend this clip longer, we can no longer use Google VEO3 fast. We have to switch to Google VEO2. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So if we want to add to this clip without sound, we would drag the slider all the way to the end. We would click on the plus button and we would click extend. So a box pops up that says, what should happen next? We click in the prompt box and we describe what the scene is next. So let's say I want the Lamborghini continues to drive 100 miles per hour and stops abruptly with white smoke coming from underneath. Okay, let's say you want to do that. It's already on extend mode. We can see that we're extending the video. When we click the generate button, it's going to say that we cannot generate it in VEO3, so we have to switch to VEO2. So once we do that and we want to generate it, we switch to VEO2 fast and it's going to generate it to us. I'm not going to do that here because I want to continue generating my video with more sound. So you have that option to extend it. And once the video is extended, the video is now 16 seconds instead of 8 seconds like the original video. If you wanted to make that longer, you would do the same thing. You would drag the slider all the way to the end. You would hit the plus button, describe it in the prompt box, and continue for as long as you want. But remember, guys, each generation is it's either 20 or 10 credits, depending on what you're doing or how you're doing it or how many different scenes you're adding. In this case, the VEO2 fast would be 10 credits. So each scene that you add to your video is 10 extra credits. So just keep that in mind. So that's the first way to extend the video. What's the second way? The second way is this. We're going back to the video builder. We're going to go to our Lamborghini video. We're going to click on Add Scene. And then we're also going to drag the slider all the way to the end. And then we're going to click on the plus button here. Essentially, what we're doing is we're saving the final frame of the Lamborghini video as an asset. We're saving that into our photo library. So once we click the plus button, here's what it's going to do. It's going to save it as a picture. So we can exit out of this, go up to this, and we can create a new video. This time, we're going frame to video because the first option we have is text to video, which is the text prompts that we get from Chat and Claude. Now, we're going to do frames to video. Essentially, what this does is it turns a photo into a video, and this is where it really gets fun. So we took a frame from here, from the last portion of this video. We saved it. Now we're going to click on the plus button. It's going to have the saved frame here of the Lamborghini. We're going to click on that. It's going to add it in here. And now we're simply going to give it a prompt. We can either get it from ChatGPT, Claude, or do it ourselves. And I always recommend that you do it with ChatGPT and Claude because they are better prompt masters than you or me. So for this example, I'm going to give it something simple and vague. I'm going to say, the Lamborghini continues to drive 100 miles an hour down the highway with the cyberpunk neon city passing very fast in the background. A hyper-realistic red Porsche passes the Lamborghini on the left, going 1,000 miles an hour. Okay, so we've added the prompt, which I always recommend that you have ChatGPT or Claude do this for you. We've added the picture, which is the last frame of the video. And we're going to click on this video down here, this little video camera. And this is going to bring up the camera movements, the same camera movements that we learned on the whiteboard, like dolly in, dolly out, jib down, jib up, orbit left, orbit right, pan left, pan right, static, tilt down, tilt up, tilt left, truck right. When you hover your mouse over these, it's going to show you the example camera movement. So for this, we're going to do dolly out, which is zooming out. We're going to click on that. And if you use this option, controlling the camera, you can no longer use VEO3. You have to switch back to VEO2 fast with no audio. Because for some reason, Google doesn't offer this option. The technology is not advanced enough, or they don't allow this for whatever reason. But for now, for the current moment, you cannot use VEO3 fast with audio when you use camera movements. If you remove the camera movement, you can then go back up to VEO3 fast beta audio. For this, we're going to VEO2 just to show you the camera movement. And we have the prompt, we have the picture. There's no audio here, so let's see what it gives us. Alrighty, let's see what it gave us. Remember, there's not going to be any sound because we used VO2, because we used the camera movement. So let's see what it gave us. Ooh, very nice. So in this instance, it didn't dolly out. It didn't zoom out. But that's okay, because sometimes it doesn't do this. Keep in mind that this is new technology and it's not going to be perfect. You might have to prompt it a couple of times. But here's a method in case you want to use VEO3 and in case you want sound, you need to enter the camera movement manually. So remember all of the terms that we learned on the Canva whiteboard? You would do this. You would come down here, come to the last frame of the Lamborghini. Then you would say something like, Lamborghini continues to drive 100 miles an hour with Cyberpunk City passing in the background. Camera movement dolly out and pan left. Hyper-realistic race car sounds. So in this instance, we have the camera movement inside of the prompt. Dolly out and pan left, which means we don't have to choose it from down here, which means that we can switch to VEO3 fast. So that's kind of like the secret or a hack in order to use camera movement. Use camera movement directly in the prompt. And that's why I want you guys to at least learn 2 or 3 or 4 different prompts when it comes to camera movement. So you can enter them directly inside of the prompt box and not have to click on the prompt motions here and not have to use VEO2 fast without audio. So if you want audio in your video and you want advanced video generation, more advanced than VEO2, learn a couple of different camera movements and put them inside of the prompt box so you don't have to choose them from this section down here. Lamborghini continues to drive 100 miles an hour with Cyberpunk City passing in the background. Camera movement, dolly out, pan left, hyper-realistic race car sounds. Cool. So we did that. We like this video. This video is what we're going to use for our marketing campaign or advertisement or whatever the case may be. Remember, if we want to make it longer, we come up here, add the scene. So what we would do is we would come here, we would drag it all the way to the right. And if we want to continue the video with no sound, we would click on this plus button, extend, and then we would switch to VEO2, and we would enter our prompt in the box. But if we want to continue this video with sound, we would drag it all the way to the end. We click on the plus button, which, remember, saves the frame as an asset. Once it saves the frame as an asset, you can then come out, go back to the video builder. Now that we have our frame saved, we come up to frames to video. We hit the plus sign. And now that we have our frame saved, we come to frames to video. We hit the plus sign. We enter our frame in here. We make sure that it's on Google VEO3 fast if we want audio. We enter our prompt inside here, including the camera movement, and then now our video has been extended 8 more seconds. So now our video is 24 seconds. And if you want to keep adding onto your video, you do exactly those steps. Remember, if you want no sound and to use less credits, VEO2 fast. If you want sound and higher quality video and to use more credit, VEO3 fast. Alrighty, let's talk about consistent characters. You've probably seen this on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram where people take pictures of themselves and they put themselves in different situations. Like they put themselves on a yacht or in a private jet or in outer space or in the Star Wars movies or in different Netflix documentaries, just fun things and different ideas that people come up with. And as we discussed in the beginning of this course, you can use this for whatever you want. You can use it for fun. You can use it to impress people. And you can even use it to make lots of money. So knowing that this technology is new, the quicker that you get on board with this, the faster that you can learn, the faster that you can create business and financial opportunities. So consistent characters would be one of those financial opportunities. You can take your face, you can put it on a body, you can create educational videos. This can be also used to create news anchors or AI influencers, which are extremely popular nowadays. And God, I've seen AI influencers on TikTok and Instagram with millions of followers and making so much money per month, and they come from a single prompt. And this is how they do it. They come to programs like Runway ML, or they use Midjourney to create consistent characters, and they make them come to life with Google Veo3. I wanted to go off onto a side note here really quick, because if you're watching this course, you are probably ahead of the game. You are one of those people who knows the power of AI. You know what's coming. You know AI is going to take over. You know that AI is probably going to take most of the jobs in the world from humans. And yes, God, I know this sucks. I know it sucks because ChatGPT, when it came out, millions of people lost their jobs, copywriters and script writers and movie writers and anything that has to do with writing or creativity. ChatGPT automatically demolished those jobs. So going on to the subject of AI influencers, I was talking to a buddy of mine who works at NVIDIA, and he's like, Mike, listen, it doesn't matter how pretty you are. It doesn't matter how handsome you are. It doesn't matter how great of a personality you have. It doesn't matter how strong your brand is online. Eventually, you're not going to be able to compete with AI influencers. It's inevitable. Yes, right now, this year, there's a couple of them who are famous, who are getting millions of views per video. But eventually, in the coming years, AI influencers are going to take over. And he said it's kind of like swimming upstream. He said, do not try to compete with them. He said, if you already have an established brand, okay, that's fine. But if you're brand new in the game, it's probably best if you start your own AI influencer agency. And he's like, listen, maybe get 5 or 6 or design 10 or 20 AI influencers and have them work for you on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, because they never take any days off. They never have emotional problems. They never have excuses. They don't ask for money, and so on and so forth. So his words really stuck with me, and I wanted to pass his information on to you. And again, if you're watching this video, you probably know that these days are coming. And I want you to be prepared because AI is the future. AI is coming faster than we can fathom. So Midjourney, you need to pay for it. It's like $8 a month and they give you limited credits. But Runway, in my opinion, it's an even better consistent character generator and it's free. It's free if you have a Google account and they give you 125 credits per month. And if you have multiple Google accounts, well, you know what to do from there. But the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to come to Runway ML. So that's app.runwayml.com. So once we come to app.runway.ml, our screen is going to look like this. We're going to go up in the left-hand corner. We're going to check that we're logged in. And then we go down to generate image. Essentially what we're doing here is we're trying to train Runway ML what our face looks like. I recommend that you upload minimum 3 images. You can upload 1 or 2, but it's always best to upload at least 3 images, 3 reference images of your face. So let's go ahead and do that right now. We click on the upload button. We find 3 clear images of our face, preferably 1 from the front, 1 from the left-hand side, like a 3/4 view profile, and 1 from the right-hand side. Once we have our 3 reference pictures, we're going to give it a prompt. And this is not like Google Veo3, where you have to ask ChatGPT or Claude for a complicated prompt. Runway ML does better if your prompts are simple. But before we do that, let me show you a little bit about this user interface. When we come down here, we can see the size of our generations. We have 16:9, 4:3, we have 3:4, which is Facebook, we have 9:16, which is TikTok. But for Google Veo3, we want to stick with 16:9 because that's how it generates videos in 16:9 ratio. Once we've selected that, we can choose the amount of images that it produces, 1 image or 4 images. I suggest 1 to use less credits. And then we're going to come here. We select 1080p, which is 8 credits, 720p, which is 5 credits. When you sign up with Runway ML, they immediately give you 125 credits up here. So just be careful how you use your credits. Once we've done that and we have our 3 photos of our face uploaded, make sure the photos are clear, make sure the lighting's good. We're going to enter a simple prompt here. And you can enter whatever you want. Use your imagination. You can say, put me in space, or put me in a Star Wars movie next to Yoda, or put me sitting on a motorcycle in a cyberpunk city. I obviously like cyberpunk cities. I don't know why. It's just something that I dream of. Anyways, put me sitting on a yacht drinking a glass of champagne. As a matter of fact, let's do that. Man sitting on yacht drinking glass of champagne. Okay, so it can be that simple, but let's say use the 3 reference pictures that I gave you. And make sure your spelling is right, of course. Let's see what it gives us. 16:9 is set. 1 image generation is set. 1080 is set. All right, let's do it. Yeah. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. I mean, this face, it's 95% my face, but it's not perfect. But that's okay. That's okay because we can always prompt it again and we can keep asking it until it gets it 100%. What is that? Wow, that's some weird thing in the background. Anyways, cool. Let's try something new. Full body shot of a man walking down the street of a cyberpunk city. Use the 3 reference images I gave you. Cool. Let's see what it gives us. Very nice. You can always make this a little bit more hyper-realistic, like photorealistic. Just prompt it a little bit more, and there you go. Let's try a 3rd image generation. I'm going to put full body shot of Superman flying through the clouds. Used 3 reference images that I gave you for the face. And let's check it out. Another thing that I wanted to show you is sometimes when you prompt certain brands like Superman or McDonald's or Starbucks, well-known brands, you're going to get a message like this. Generation may violate our usage policy around the rights of others. And if that happens and you want to use that specific brand, make sure you say something like full body shot of a superhero flying through the clouds, or I need a commercial of a guy sitting in a McDonald's-like restaurant or a McDonald's-themed restaurant or something like that. So you can always get around with it. It just depends on the type of words that you use. Alrighty, I'm excited to use this. So let's grab one of these pictures from Runway and let's make it move in Google Veo 3. Alrighty, so we're back in Flow and let's check out how Veo 3 will make these pictures come to life. We're going to go to text to video, frames to video, hit the plus button, then hit the upload button, and we're going to agree to this. Let's try the Cyberpunk City first. Crop and save. And for the sake of this demonstration, I'm just going to give a simple prompt. But again, I'm sure you guys already know that complicated and complex prompts work the best if they were produced by ChatGPT or Claude. So for this example, I'm going to say, man walking through Cyberpunk City as steam rises from the ground, dramatic shot, man waves at camera and smiles. Alrighty, let's generate it. Yeah, that was actually not bad. It was pretty cool. I mean, I definitely wanted this a little bit more hyper realistic, but we can always learn from our mistakes and prompt it better next time. Let's check out the second video. Okay, yeah, second one is actually a lot better than the first in my opinion. But you see what I mean, guys? If you have a good picture, if you have a quality picture, you can make a quality video. It all begins with the picture. And the better that your picture prompts are, the better the end results of your videos can be. So let's try another one here. I'm going to put in the picture of me sipping champagne on the yacht, and we're going to make it talk. So I'm putting man sipping champagne as waves flow in the background. Man looks at camera and says, "Welcome to the future of the world." And again, I don't recommend that you use simple prompts like this. I'm just using this as an example. I always recommend that you use complex prompts with an AI large language model like ChatGPT or Claude. But just as an example, let's see what this gives us. We're going to go to frames. We're going to click upload. So remember, before you generate the video, always come up here, VEO3 fast beta audio, if there's audio inside of the video, and make sure the outputs are set to one output per prompt. And let's generate it. All right, so let's check out the video that it gave us from this picture. And I think this is actually really incredible. Check it out.
Welcome to the future of the world.
Wow, that was super, super realistic. I mean, it doesn't sound like me. It sounds like a 20-something-year-old Spaniard guy, but that's okay because pretty soon we're going to be able to add our own voice to Google Veo 3. But for now, Google just rolled out this voice feature, I'd say, within the last week, and it's super exciting. Can you imagine what you can use this for? Like, there's no more commercials. Like I said before, no more Hollywood movies. All of that is going to disappear. We are the creators now. We are the future. The movies and the TV shows and the Netflix series, it's in our hands now. Everything on the internet now is going to become user-generated content because we have the power. We have the power to make movies. We have the power to make cartoons like this SpongeBob. And the sky's the limit. The possibilities are endless. And I know that I've said that multiple times to the course guys, but this is so, so exciting. And like you can literally do anything with this. You can make a SpongeBob ASMR channel. You can make a SpongeBob Kids channel, a SpongeBob type. I mean, you might get sued for for copyright, but you get the point. You can literally do whatever you want. I've started an ASMR channel that's already doing really good. ASMR when it comes to making different things like books made out of pancakes and books made out of waffles and out of Lucky Charms. And gosh, people love this. And You get to make things that don't exactly exist in the real world and would cost tons of money to make, like this Skittles book, Skittles sour candy. Wow. Yeah, and that's only my imagination. I can only imagine what you guys are going to come up with. So, for consistent characters, you don't have to use your face. You can literally use any type of character that you want. Anime, children's book, a Disney cartoon, whatever you want. Use your imagination. This is so crazy and so exciting. And in order to create images like this, you can do it in Google FX, which is absolutely free, or you can get it from websites like freepic.com or Google or wherever you want to get characters from. But you can make consistent characters like this. And remember, runway.ml is free. Midjourney is not. There's a couple of other websites that I'm going to put in a downloadable PDF that shows you paid and free websites that you can make consistent characters and then transform it into video with Google Veo 3. But I think for the most part, you will only need Runway ML unless you're pumping out hundreds of characters per day. But if you're just a personal brand creator and you have a small business, I think Runway ML, the free account, will absolutely be sufficient. All right, we'll see you in the next section. Bye for now. Learned how to create hyperrealistic videos from text prompts. We've also learned how to create videos from picture prompts. But here's the thing. When we're talking about pictures to videos, it doesn't matter how good your prompt is. If your starting picture is not good, your video quality isn't going to be good. And I think if you're watching this course, you're smart enough to know that the highest quality videos wins every time, unless you're posting on TikTok. In that case, it can be user-generated content. But when we're aiming for videos, high-quality videos, we want to start with high-quality pictures. So you know that you can grab your pictures from Midjourney. You know that you can generate them through Google FX images. You know that you can grab them from sites like Freepik and Pexels and Pixabay and Google and wherever you have permission to grab them from. But before you upload those pictures to make videos or movies from them, I want you to make sure that you have the highest quality picture possible. Because a lot of these pictures that we grab off of random internet websites, they're not exactly high quality. So let me show you how to upscale the picture for free before you make a video out of it in Google Veo 3. So this quick representation is what I'm talking about. If you have this throwaway disposable camera, which by the way, if you're old enough to remember these were awesome until until Canons came out. Canon or Nikon cameras. But when these were around, these would produce pictures like this. Blurry pictures, they were low quality. And no matter how much you take this picture and try to edit it in Photoshop, this is never going to be a great picture because the starting point was a very, very low quality camera. But when we're talking about Nikons and Canons, for example, you're starting with a high quality camera. Therefore, you get a high quality picture. When you have a high quality picture, you can make a great quality video. And I'm just using the camera reference as an example. You're not going to be using cameras, obviously, because this is AI. But what I mean is when you grab a picture off of the internet, you're going to want to enter it into a website like Topaz Labs Upscaler and upscale the picture 2 or 4 times because the more the picture is upscaled, the better quality video you can make. And again, this is completely for free. So I want you to start with the quality picture so that you can get a quality video so that you can have the highest chance possible to succeed and make money and have fun with this tool. Let me show you what I'm talking about. We're coming into our browser and we're going to topazlabs.com/tools/upscale. And you can always go into the Google search bar and search for this exact tool. Enter Topaz Labs free picture upscaler. And it'll bring you to this page. You're going to log in either here or when you get inside. The first step is to click on this button right here. Upload to start free. And Topaz Labs gives you I believe it's 10 free credits or 12 free credits. And unless you're pumping out hundreds of photos per day, you don't really need to have a paid plan. I mean, me personally, I make maybe 50 photos a day and I use a couple of different accounts. So the free account would be good for the majority of people out there, unless you're a big brand or a big influencer. In that case, I suggest that you upgrade to the paid plan. So as soon as you uploaded your picture, you're going to click on 2x. And if they have other options like 3 or 4x, you can definitely go a little bit higher. But these are going to make the resolutions of your pictures so much better. Click on render. Up here in the corner, it's going to show you how many generations you have left on your free plan. Okay, so after about 2 minutes of generation, you see we have the old photo, the original, and then we have the upscaled. Old photo and upscaled. And mind you, some of the photos that you try to upscale, they're not going to be necessarily better. They might look more fake, they might look more AI generated, but I'd say that 90% of the photos that I upscale with Topaz Labs, they look so much better and my videos come out greater than they would have came out if I didn't upscale the picture. So definitely give it a try. Just something to keep in mind. Topaz Labs, in my opinion, is the best upscaler in the world, and it's absolutely free. Don't use other upscalers like Canva. They're all garbage. The quickest and easiest and cheapest way to upscale your photos is definitely Topaz Labs. So upscale your photos and then put them into Google Veo 3 to start making fun and fantastic videos.